All right, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. This is Kino with STEMwithKino.com. Now, previously I did a video on, light aircraft and how they get into the traffic pattern. Well, with larger aircraft, 9 times out of 10, because these are very they're very fast-moving aircraft. So typically, you would not see them, and you either see them in an extended version of a traffic pattern. But 9 times out of 10, if it was me going into an airport, I would just go ahead and opt to do an approach into the field. Okay, so again, we're back at Trenton Mercer Airport. Okay, and the longest runway is 624. 624 has 6,006 feet of runway, and it's 150 feet wide. So that's like 1,200 more extra feet to land on. If we use 624 as opposed to 3416. And in addition to that, like I said, I'm going to fly an approach into this airport. So this will be the ILS runway 6 into Trenton Mercer Airport, which is depicted there. So I had it already set up. This will run kind of like a little bit long because we have to, adjust for spacing and things of that nature. But basically what I'm going to do is I'm positioned out here to the east of the airport. I'm going to fly into the initial approach fix, which is here. All right. And I'm going to do what we call a course reversal. This will, parallel entry. Yeah, parallel entry. So we're going to come into this fix. We're going to fly southbound or southwestbound. And then we're going to get ourselves repositioned and lined up. So this way we line up perfectly with the runway. So you can see things are a lot more spread out in the case of a heavy jet landing into an airport like this. The touchdown zone elevation is 186 feet for this area. This shows us how we're going to come into the airport right into runway 6, and it has a lighting system, which we probably won't see. Or probably won't be on because we're in a daytime situation or daytime simulation. So without further ado, I guess we'll just go ahead and we'll jump in. Alright, so we pull up our GPS information. I can see that the airport is there. We're going to fly directly to that initial approach fix we spoke of, and we're going to do a course reversal. So let's get on top of that, get that done. Okay, so we're turning towards the initial approach fix at this point. Now, I'm doing this directly because normally what would really happen is we would be directed to or guided in by radar, which a radar operator or approach control will be using radar to guide us into the airport. But I'm going to fly the full procedure. I said this will take a minute, so if you do want to speed up the video, you can if you like. This needle tells me that I'm pointing directly towards the initial approach fix. So I'm like slowly but surely adjusting our heading. When we cross it, we're going to hear a marker beacon. And when that tone comes on, I'll let you know. But that marker beacon lets us know, hey, this is where you are. Now the ILS 6 approach has changed, and I'm actually flying the old version of this. But nonetheless, it still is a tutorial to show you or give you an idea of how big aircraft get into airports. 5 miles out from the early VOR. 5 miles away. So here's your early VOR. We're 5 miles away. So we're kind of somewhere out here. And we're going to go to the initial approach fix. So at this point, we're just waiting for that tone. I know that I'm getting closer because the distance measuring equipment is telling me I'm 4 or 5.5 now with 4 miles out. So this needle may get a little bit hairy, but I'm just going to adjust as necessary. Excuse me. Okay, we got station passage, and not sure why. I'll check the market beacon in a moment here. We're going to execute our turn to 40 degrees. Okay. Not sure why that didn't kick off, but no worries. Still good to go. Put it in my defaults. Now, the whole thing that we want to do is we want to get ourselves established on the final approach course. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to execute a left turn. And I'm going to do like a 30 degree, 40 degree cut. And that's where that is Philadelphia Northeast Airport. Passing under our nose right now. And localizing is swinging past us. And that's an expected indication. No worries, don't go crazy trying to chase it, anything like that. Just maintain your turn, because we're going to put in an adjustment. Put in about, I like 45. 30, 40. just to make sure we get over there. Some other indications. We want to see this needle that's pointing to the outer marker. We want to see it to the right there. So that tells me that I'm possibly creeping my way over to the final approach course or the extended center line. Now, if we don't make it, we'll still hold the pattern, and we'll be in a much better situation if we don't get it this time. Okay, now it got away from us, and that's all right. But and at this point, I'm gonna like to do. I'm gonna like to execute a holding pattern. And it's just decision making. You know, you never ever want to push a bad position. You don't want to overstretch yourself. We did a lot of jinking and turning and stuff like that. So I'm like, you know what? We'll just go ahead and keep that initial approach fix right in front of us at this point, which is right there. And I actually could probably below glide slope and all that good stuff, but you know what? I'm not going to do it, you know, for safety reasons. I'm just going to, there's a double river right there, so I don't want to just be like, jumping and dumping. Here comes. So we have station passage, and fly the pattern. So, because now visually I could have shot the approach if I wanted to, but I wanted to enlist the use of the instrument landing system because you know we could dive bomb the airport, but that's not cool, especially if you have passengers. If it was like I don't know a cargo flight or something like that, you could do it, but when you have passengers on board, you want to fly as smooth as possible because they're not used to the flight environment. So you know, you start loading up G's and stuff like that and everything, and then next thing you know, you have passengers tossing their guts in the back. All right, so you know, I'm timing right now. Philadelphia Northeast Airport is up there again, and then you see how this time around on the approach is just much smoother. and that's where you want a smooth transition. You don't want to be going nuts, banking and janking on the control yoke or crazy. You want nice, smooth, precise movements, and that's what we're doing now. So this is why I opted to just say, you know what, we'll just execute one turn in the holding pattern. And at this point, I will be telling Philadelphia approach. November 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 is procedure turn inbound ILS 6 for Tango Tango November. Tango Tango November is the airport identifier. Just want to kind of see where we are. So I leave that cut in there. Okay, and we can see our localizer joining up with us. That triangle represents our aircraft, and this is the course that we want to be on. So this is what we'll be making our side-to-side adjustments by. When the glide slope comes down, which is this little bugger right here, it's going to come down and meet us. As we get closer, I think of it like a little laser beam in the air that we have to stay in touch with. So you can see us correcting. You can actually see the localizer there in this instrument as well. And so I think we're good to go. Extending the gear. Landing gear is extended. And that's our runway right there. And we can see that our initial approach fix is in front of us. And that's our audible tone. Alright. Looking good, looking good. On our spoilers so that when our landing gear touches down, they extend and destroy the lift on the wings because we don't want to pop back up in the air. One to go. On localizer, on glide slope. Got 300 feet to go.
500. Approaching minimums. Minimums. 100. 50, 40, 30, 20, 10.
And our first priority is exiting the runway. Alrighty, so I wanted to see if we could see. Yeah, we can see the spoilers deployed and everything. Actually, just the one half. There we go. So those are our spoilers. They destroy the lift. Okay, so we're down and welcome to Trenton Mercer Airport. Alright, so as you can see, we didn't fly a pattern because this is a heavy aircraft and it's moving really fast. And I'm continuing to fly the procedure now. Some people do fly a pattern with heavy jets like this, but it will be an extended pattern, which means the legs of the pattern will be longer for visual approach in runway 6. But I think that is a lot less stressful when you just go ahead and shoot the approach. Now, for fuel concerns, if that was your thing, then yeah, you fly the pattern. It would happen a lot quicker. So that's all I have for you guys today. Thanks for watching.